There we've got a picture of ex-Goldman Sachs director Rajat Gupta, whose trial for insider trading begins in New York today with jury selection. We have Wall Street Journal's Reed Albergotti joining us now. Reed has been at the courthouse. He's all over this story. Reed, you actually mentioned today the focus of your story is actually this trial is going to pit two fairly high-profile lawyers against one another. Tell us about the first one, Reed Brodsky, for the prosecution. Now, his nickname is Napoleon. How did he get that nickname?
Well, it came out actually in a Wall Street Journal story after the Raj Rajaratnam trial. Jurors actually nicknamed him Napoleon, I guess because of his dark hair, his kind of feisty demeanor. But actually, he's not a very big guy either. He's about 5'9", so that might have had something to do with it.
Yeah. And Reed, what is the main difference between the prosecution's case, the strength of the case in this trial, as opposed to the Rajaratnam trial?
Yeah, I mean, in the Rajaratnam trial, the case was fairly simple. They had wiretapped phone conversations where Rajaratnam actually discussed insider trades, alleged insider trades, and the jury really didn't have much of a problem convicting him. I mean, the evidence was right there. In the case of Rajat Gupta, the evidence is more circumstantial. You have records of phone calls and records of trades, and if you put those together, it paints a picture of insider trading. There are also wiretaps of Rajaratnam talking about someone at Goldman, in one case, a Goldman board member, but he doesn't name the person, and the prosecution has to use the circumstantial evidence to tie things together for the jury and say the person that he was talking about at Goldman, that was Rajat Gupta.
Great. We've also got some pretty high-profile witnesses that are going to be testifying at this trial. Can you tell us about some of them, Reed?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of them is Lloyd Blankfein, the chief of Goldman Sachs, and he's expected to be questioned about all sorts of the culture at Goldman Sachs, and really the toughest thing for Goldman is probably going to be what the defense is going to try to paint, which is that there were so many leaks coming out of Goldman Sachs that it actually raises the chances that this insider that Rajaratnam was getting information from wasn't Gupta, that it could have been anyone at Goldman. In fact, the government has told the defense about two other Goldman insiders who are under investigation. There are three other Goldman insiders that have come out as in news stories, our news stories about who are under investigation. So there's certainly a good argument on the side of the defense.